Girls on the Neet Spectrum edition. Fellow men, is it possible to stop watching violent pornography? I feel really guilty and **tie about getting off on women getting degraded and beaten up, but I can't help it, it's just my #1 fetish. They deserve it. Women nowadays can be summed up into 2 categories, feminists and size queens. They need those tortures. Yeah, just stop. Willpower, son. Just translate it into a sadism fetish and get into the BDSM scene. Would it be weird if I asked a girl on a first date if she ever cheated on someone? It's a fundamental piece of information for a potential relationship. Yes, honestly, a guy who is all, how many people have you slept with, have you ever cheated before even knowing anything about me as a person is a red flag. There's no excuse for ever cheating, so you're no longer useful to anybody in an actual relationship just because you're a woman. I don't understand why you think this response was relevant in any way. Grills, how old were you when you started shaving, removing your pubes? Removing the sides, 11 or 12. Same year I started waxing my legs. I swim and having pubes come out of your swimming suit looks real bad. I was 12 and it was just at the same time I started shaving my legs. Mum asked my older sister to show me how to do the legs, but she just covered both topics at the same time. Not really a neet myself, was in training before this corona **, but my boyfriend is a neet. He does like going out though and **mething of a social life. If he was a total shut-in then IDK if it would work out. Question to neet girls, do you find neet dudes to be attractive or are you all hypocrites? My BF is even more of a neet than me, since I technically count as *employed. So yes, realistically a normal forg would be terrible to be with. He would either drag me to things I want nothing to do with, like social gatherings and whatnot, plus there's a lot more room for jealousy and insecurities if he's constantly running around and meeting all kinds of Stacys. Lol, that's good to hear. I'm in the same boat of much preferring the company of other neets rather than the company of social butterflies. The only issue is actually finding girl neets. Unfortunately, this place is probably your best bet. Believe it or not, I went 24 years without meeting a neet guy in my butthole country, until I sucked it up and went to SOC of all places. I've always found people on SOC to be a little bit too abrasive, but like you did, it might be time to just suck it up. I imagine it won't be easy though, considering 70% of SOC is dudes, 20% is dudes pretending to be girls, and the other 10% is actually female. It's a game of luck. If the stars align, you'll get the right person in the right thread at the right time. If not, you'll just get some weird **. Do keep in mind that it takes a certain level of broken to end up on that board in the first place. When I met my BF, we didn't start off with the goal of relationship, we just became fast friends due to very similar problems. As we worked through our bullshit, feels developed. To encourage you a bit, I know of one other couple that formed in the same thread. Then again, from the looks of it, some people post for years without meeting anyone. Give it a shot, but keep expectations low. Browsing SOT legitimately makes me feel a little bit sick. It's such a mindless swamp of thirst. Wish it was a blue board, but then it'd likely be dead. I've been on this place for years and I've never actually made any friends here though. Not sure how you'd really go about it unless you jumped straight to exchanging contact info. I guess you can chat in threads, but it feels kind of weird to do it in front of the whole world, even though objectively speaking I suppose it's not really different from regular posting. I met my BF in the ideal partner thread, the one where you make a little doodle of yourself. Been on this place for about 10 years now. It was legit the first time I went on SOC because I always thought of it as the cam warboard. There are actually sane grills there. Some lurk, some make a post, though if she makes a post it's hopeless to add her after about half a day because she'll most likely get swarmed with invites, especially if she was dumb enough to leave her contact info. Learned this one the hard way. So once again, *I've lottery. How do you even meet girls on SOC? Looking at the threads, it's 95% guy. Is it like dating sites where you write a profile in one of the ideal partner or Discord threads and hope for the best? I'm guessing the girls just lurk rather than participating. You already know the answer to this question. You have to be good looking enough to catch their interest. I met my BF in the ideal partner thread, the one where you make a little doodle of yourself. Been on this place for about 10 years now. It was legit the first time I went on SOC because I always thought of it as the cam warboard. There are actually sane grills there. Some lurk, some make a post, though if she makes a post it's hopeless to add her after about half a day because she'll most likely get swarmed with invites, especially if she was dumb enough to leave her contact info. Learned this one the hard way. So once again, AMS*I've lottery. Browsing SOT legitimately makes me feel a little bit sick. It's such a mindless swamp of thirst. Wish it was a blue board, but then it'd likely be dead. I've been on this place for years and I've never actually made any friends here though. Not sure how you'd really go about it unless you jumped straight to exchanging contact info. I guess you can chat in threads, but it feels kind of weird to do it in front of the whole world, even though objectively speaking I suppose it's not really different from regular posting. I'm not really a NEET myself, was in training before this corona *, but my boyfriend is a NEET. He does like going out though and *mething of a social life. If he was a total shut-in then I'd DK if it would work out. How do you give a compliment about something obscure without sounding sarcastic? My BF is really smart, like probably top 10 most intelligent people I've ever met. It took me a while to figure out what it was exactly about his brain that amazed me the most, but it's basically his problem-solving skills. You can give him something new to do and you can see it on his face as he figures out what to do. Except that it happens instantaneously. It's like this little flash across his face while he works it out. I want to tell him that I find it sexy how quickly he figures things out and how sexy it is that he's magically good at everything, but I don't know how to not make it sound dry. I think that your best bet is to wait till he does this again, then comment about it and tell him it's really sexy. Quote, just F***ing tell him JFC the absolute state. Question for my fellow men, specifically those who wish they had a huge penis. Why? Life is not porn. The average girl cannot handle it. B***s are impossible unless you meet a girl who can unhinge her jaw like a snake. Vaginal penetration is always a trial to achieve and usually isn't pleasurable for either party. And it's not like women are lining up to F***me. Yet all of my male friends who know I'm packing express nothing but envy for me. Why do you want this curse? It may magically give you confidence, sure, but what's the point of that if all you can F** is a loose prostitute anyways? It's like wanting to get a sports car all your life, but once you have one it's an *IG deal. That's a perfect *hoggy, because most people don't even drive the damn things, they just stay in the garage like a trophy. It's like wanting to get a sports car all your life, but once you have one it's an *IG deal. My D** is more than big enough for my satisfaction, but I still know the general answer to this question. Dicks are the masculine. They represent everything about a man that is manly, more so than muscles or beards ever could. A big D** is seen as a hyper-masculine trait, the same way big boobs or narrow waist are hyper-feminine traits. Wanting a bigger D** is just an amorphous wish to be more masculine and to be seen and valued as masculine, especially by women, because they're the ones who would be seeing the big D**, because there's no more important judge of masculinity than the women around you. That doesn't add up. Unlike big boobs or narrow waist, no woman will know you have a big D** unless you plan to break the law by flashing people. Or you brag about it, which is pretty universally a turn-off. Sure, rumors might spread, but considering its tendency to produce unsatisfying sexual encounters, it's not very likely. I didn't say it made sense. Guys think it would make them the ultimate man to have a big D*, because they don't have one and thus don't know that it's actually not going to improve the sex life, kind of like how sometimes people get famous and clearly F***ing hate it. I just wish it wasn't so aggressively believed to be a positive trait. I can never talk to anybody about sex-related problems. They automatically me nothing could be wrong when you're hung, or accuse me of subtly bragging. Having AMS-IVD seems like it would just be convenient. One less reason she has to cheat on you and less work you have to do in bed. Sure, it seems that way, but as I said, it's very much not the case. And no, you have to do significantly more work in bed, specifically foreplay, before you can even consider putting it in. RF asterisk that then. Sex is AHS asterisk enough as it is. S asterisk Omiona who has 4.5 inches of C asterisk surely you can see why I might be envious. Length doesn't matter like at all. If you're above 4 inches it's good enough. Sensitivity beyond that point is relatively minimal and length has little effect on how filled up a girl feels. I'm more so talking about girth. I'm thin as well, so yeah. Well, that's unfortunate, but at least you can have sex with anyone. Can you imagine falling in love and then discovering you're physically incompatible when it comes to sex with nothing you can do about it? Because that happened to me. Twice. Quote, but at least you can have sex with anyone. Yeah, see, that's something someone with a big D asterisk would say. By can I meant it's physically possible, you nincompoop. Not that they would be willing to. Quote, can you imagine falling in love and then discovering you're physically incompatible when it comes to sex with nothing you can do about it? Sorry to budge, but my husband is on the same boat as you, and it's even worse. BC, I have vaginitis and can't fit even a tampon inside. It's awful, a complete dumpster fire. Everyone thinks I am. He is humble bragging or kidding if we ever talk about it. It's a really f***ing sad situation for him especially. Sorry to hear that, I feel for you both. Is he at least thin enough for oral, or do you not even have that luxury? I wish I could give you some tips, but my sex life hasn't had much in the way of success either. Quote, thin enough for oral, not really, but we manage. We are thankfully not very vanilla, so there are many things we can do that don't involve direct sex. Would it be possible for you to try and develop certain kinks or find someone who isn't fully vanilla to be with? I'm a big fan of various forms of non-penetrative sex, so I at least have that. But most girls aren't willing to do that sort of thing early on, and many times the relationship dies down because she realizes it's going to be AHS asterisk of a sex life. Quote, cervix, anterior fornix what? The F asterisk LMAO even while being a virgin I know that getting those areas rammed would hurt like F asterisk all. Did you guys ever get sex education? Sex education in my school was terrible. Pretty sure they just showed us some diagrams and a video of birth and called it a day. Anal is a thing you know. As long as you work on it on your own and learn to relax and take bigger toys, you'll be able to take your husband just fine. How big even are these penny? That's the saddest part, I'm not even that big. I mean, I am relative to most men, something around the 97th percentile I think, but there are guys way bigger than me out there. 6.25 inch length, 5.6 inch girth. Quote, cervix, anterior fornix what? The F asterisk LMAO even while being a virgin I know that getting those areas rammed would hurt like F asterisk all. Did you guys ever get sex education? Quote, can you imagine falling in love and then discovering you're physically incompatible when it comes to sex? Sure can. Then you don't know the meaning. It's nigh impossible to be too small for penetration. And even if you do somehow have a D asterisk that's too short to reach the important areas in the vagina, at least you can still achieve penetration. At least you can receive a B asterisk. You have options to work with. Size isn't my issue. I don't really care. B asterisk S exist and sex is a small part of the relationship. I can empathize with the op I reply to. But the woman would be jealous of her friends who get their anterior fornix pounded all the time. We small guys get cheated on more often, and it's so hard to face that risk. It's like living with a lifetime burden, or permanent disability, only people don't empathize about it. I don't think you understand. With my girthy I can't even reach the cervix. Quote, cervix, anterior fornix what? The F*LMAO. Even while being a virgin, I know that getting those areas rammed would hurt like F*all. Did you guys ever get sex education? Quote, we small guys get cheated on more often, maybe because of your insecurities. Women cheat because they seek satisfaction. It's technical and simple, okay? Satisfaction is either G-spot or a spot. Don't talk to me about technique because it's easy to learn techniques. They cheat because things can't be fixed anymore in the relationship, like penis size. Why the F*? Would they care about stupid S*, like insecurity? It's plain and simple. They're itchy in the cooch. They ask their 7-incher machine to scratch it for them. Who thinks about insecurity? It's just their excuse so that they're not seen as evil or shallow. Quote, cervix anterior fornix. What? The F*LMAO. Even while being a virgin, I know that getting those areas rammed would hurt like F*all. Did you guys ever get sex education? How big even are these penny? Quote, can you imagine falling in love and then discovering you're physically incompatible when it comes to sex, with nothing you can do about it? Sorry to budge, but my husband is on the same boat as you, and it's even worse. BC, I have vaginitis and can't fit even a tampon inside. It's awful, a complete dumpster fire. Everyone thinks I am. He is humble bragging or kidding if we ever talk about it. It's a really F*ing sad situation for him especially. Both big and small are a curse. And I don't wish to be a curse. I wish to have a really sexy and appealing size, like 6.5 or maybe 7 inches. 4.5 inches is just like borderline good. And it's not comfortable to be in that situation, because most guys around me are bigger than me, and my partner will always see them as more masculine than me. Quote, I don't wish to be a curse. Names absolutely cursed sizes. Lol, how are they cursed? I'm 6 inches and my girlfriend always says it's perfect size. How will an extra inch ruin it for him? The average vaginal canal is 3 to 6 inches. WTF, go on YouTube or somewhere. Girls on universities and anywhere in the city always see 7 inches as like ooh wow. Not like EWW or just okay. It's something sexy to them. Rare, sure, but it'd be like a super nice bonus to them if the partners have one. But see, the problem is, what if the coworker have a 7-incher while you're packing 4.5 inch? If you're 6 inch, then maybe you wouldn't feel that much threatened. But I'm talking 4.5 inches. The accursed, not a gift, not even the average or normal size. The only girls who idolize big D** are those who bought into the hype but haven't actually tried them. It's not like idolizing. It's like, it's a sexy thing and it turns them on. Sure, a 4-incher can also satisfy them, but when they have a 6-incher BF, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't get wet seeing or thinking about another man's 7-incher. What are you talking about? Most girls do not find D** sexy, unless it belongs to the guy they're already dating. For example, have you ever heard of D** pics being successful? Most girls do find D** sexy. It's one of the most important things that affect sex appeal. You're living in a delusional fantasy land that's designed to feed on your own insecurities. Girls don't give a s** about your D**. I'm not the small D** guy, and I agree when you say that most girls don't consider D** size a bug issue when it comes to choosing lovers, but bigger than average penises are objectively more sexually appealing. Big issue. True, I'm the small D** guy, and I've never seen amateur porn where the girl is excited sucking on below average D**. But when the D** is above average, they looked more excited. It's just disheartening, knowing that I'm not gonna be able to provide that excitement for them. I feel like a little boy, and I see sex as a thing that is not yet for me. I see girls as bigger than me, and I'd have to be as big as them in order to satisfy them. You know, just like boys when they see a hot adult woman. You're basing things off of porn. Somehow I'm not surprised. Date a blind girl. They've never seen a big D** in their life. It's something I didn't think I'd need to say on a 18+ website, but real life is not porn. Amateur porn. I know the difference. I've watched enough porn. I just know when an amateur porn isn't really amateur. I live in a country where professional porn film production is not a thing. And I only watch local porn. Dude, normal people don't film themselves having sex and upload it to the internet. This. Apparently I need to repeat it. Porn is not real life. Not even amateur porn. Dudes, please listen to me. If you can't think critically and believe whatever data is thrown in your face, stop watching porn and stop going on this place. And then get cheated on in real life and turn **aholic who hates himself. You already hate yourself, so that wouldn't be much of a difference. Trusting is risky. I can't take the risk because if I get cheated on, I might hurt myself for not being as perfect as the other guy. It's bizarre, I can't trust anyone and I'm being blamed for it. Don't you see that I'm the victim here? Stop being such a p***. If you can't trust anyone, you don't deserve love. Trusting is risky. I can't take the risk because if I get cheated on, I might hurt myself for not being as perfect as the other guy. It's bizarre, I can't trust anyone and I'm being blamed for it. Don't you see that I'm the victim here? Quote, (d**). No professional porn industry obsessed with superficiality and image annyeonghaseyo. Dudes, please listen to me. If you can't think critically and believe whatever data is thrown in your face, stop watching porn and stop going on this place. The problem with d-pics isn't that it's AD, it's that it's unsolicited. Straight girls like d***s, but most don't like being ***ed. Easy. Dude, it looks fine to me, but I don't know how conservative your parents are. If they're anything like mine though, they probably don't care. Personally, if my adult son wore his boxes around the house, I wouldn't care either. Quote, have you ever heard of d*** pics being successful? Not him, but yeah, I've sent like hundreds of them and some girls absolutely love them and ask for more while sending nudes also. I'm not even big, I think I'm like 12 to 15 centimeters. So yeah, they do. I have an 8-inch beautiful d*** and I have disappointed many girls by c***ing in 30 seconds. Nope, I've heard their voice. I care, I wanna last longer but I can't. Congrats, you had been catfished by f***s. Nope, I've heard their voice. The problem with d-pics isn't that it's AD, it's that it's unsolicited. Straight girls like d***s, but most don't like being ***ed. Easy. I understand, man. I had a friend who said he couldn't have sex with his wife every day because he ripped her open every time he went in. Thank you. I'm glad the knowledge that it's not all rainbows and sunshine is at least becoming more prevalent. Male asking female, is there anything appealing at all to you about kind of a girly guy? Not talking a man baby or anything, just a guy who likes to engage in girly activities and look somewhat soft.